A live broadcast that reunited all 7 BTS members unexpectedly delivered the biggest emotional surprise for ARMY. The warmth of the Taekook relationship, long doubted, still exists. In a fandom world often colored by speculation, time gaps, and long silences without public interaction, this joint appearance of V and Jungkook instantly shattered the walls of doubt built over the years. The question now is no longer whether they're still close, but how such intimacy can remain so strong. Even when rarely seen, the live broadcast was originally intended as a simple post-military reunion, unscripted, without a scenario, just natural interaction among brothers who hadn't been on screen together in a while. But attention quickly centered on 2 figures who have long been the focal point of many emotional interpretations, V and Jungkook. Sitting side by side, joking as usual, and engaging in seemingly spontaneous laughter-filled banter, they revived the Taekook vibe that many believed had faded. Even with just one sentence, one glance, and one laugh, ARMY was left wide-eyed, as if witnessing the return of something long-lost. One of the most touching moments was when V, in a half-joking, half-serious tone, teased Jungkook for not answering his calls. With a flat expression but a voice full of meaning, V said, "I was hurt." Jungkook responded with a slight smile and a soft laugh, which didn't close the topic but rather opened an emotional door for viewers who had long harbored hope in silence. That moment, though brief, became a kind of turning point, that their bond may no longer be frequently visible, but it's still real. The public reaction was overwhelming. Across social media platforms, unofficial hashtags emerged, accompanied by video clips and emotional interpretations flooding timelines. Many fans admitted to crying upon seeing their warmth, not due to dramatization, but because their hopes were answered. The hope that all speculation about distance, silent conflict, or drastically changed relationships wasn't entirely true. They may no longer often show togetherness, but the closeness remains, felt and real in unfiltered moments like this. Interestingly, their expressions didn't seem forced. There were no excessive gestures, no attempts at image building. Instead, what appeared was a natural dynamic between 2 people who've been through a lot together. There was comfort in their silence, warmth in their brief jokes, and most importantly, a familiarity that can't be faked. This affirms that emotional relationships, if sincere, don't need constant public validation to stay alive. Yet, behind the euphoria lies an important question worth pondering. Does this moment truly reflect reality, or is it merely an emotional illusion triggered by collective longing? In a digital world where every smile can be misinterpreted and every gesture dissected into theories, we must not blindly believe everything we see. Are they truly showing a still-closed relationship, or are they simply professionals who know how to please the public? We also cannot ignore the fact that most interpretations come from visual fragments spread across TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and other social media, which are often cut to fit a desired narrative. Therefore, it's important to ask, are we seeing the full reality, or just a version chosen and amplified by algorithms and expectations? Even so, it's undeniable that the warmth shown by V and Jungkook created a very strong emotional resonance. This proves that the relationship between BTS members, especially Taekook, still holds immense symbolic power in the public's eyes. It's not just about 2 people who were once close, but about the idea of intimacy, friendship, and sincerity, now rare in the entertainment world. Therefore, we invite viewers to reflect on their own feelings and judgments. Do you believe this moment reflects a still sincere and deep relationship? Or do you feel it's merely a distraction amid public pressure and the need to maintain the harmonious BTS family narrative? It's important to remember that the information currently circulating, including in this article, comes from public observations and open discussions across platforms, not from official statements or direct confirmation. Hence, we urge you not to immediately believe every narrative out there. Use critical judgment. Ask yourself, is this reality, or part of a collective construction continuously shaped and magnified by the community and media? What is certain is that this moment has left a deep emotional mark on millions of fans. Whether it's reality or just consolation, the warmth between V and Jungkook amidst long-held doubts has proven one thing: That hope, no matter how small, can still move the world. But behind all the euphoria surrounding Taekook's appearance in that live broadcast, a fundamental question arises that should be our central focus. Are we truly witnessing reality, or just a narrative polished and structured to shape a certain public perception? In the modern entertainment world, especially in an industry as massive as K-pop, we cannot deny the possibility that every moment, every interaction, even every sentence spoken on camera may have gone through layers of consideration, strategy, or even engineering unseen to the casual EYEAS information consumers, especially in the post-truth era. We are required to be more than just touched or entertained. We need to ask, why is this warm moment being shown now? Is there a hidden agenda? Is this an indirect response to previous speculation about their strained relationship? Or is it simply a natural moment that finally slipped past tight image control and branding? Many might quickly respond, what's wrong with believing in a beautiful moment? But that's exactly the issue. Are we believing in the beauty itself, or in a narrative we hope is true because it fits our emotional desires? We cannot ignore the fact that much of the discussion around V and Jungkook's warmth comes from TikTok clips, short videos on Twitter, and emotional compilations on YouTube. These contents don't always present the full context, but merely what we want to see, and more than that, what will be emotionally engaging. Many are also beginning to wonder whether this interaction is part of a crafted narrative to maintain fandom stability. BTS is currently on a long group hiatus, and speculation about internal member relationships can easily affect ARMY's collective perception. In such a situation, does it make sense that this sudden warm interaction is used as a form of narrative reinforcement, that nothing has changed between them? And if so, can we still distinguish between genuine warmth and calculated symbolism? We also need to examine how our own feelings and interpretations are formed. Why is one smile considered a peace signal? Why is one small laugh taken as proof of a strong bond? Is it because we truly see it objectively, or because we so badly want to believe that what once was, still is? Has ARMY's collective hope formed a mass perception bias that makes us more willing to accept a positive narrative without verification? More importantly, we must ask, does this news, including this very article, reflect facts? Or is it part of an information cycle that cannot necessarily be objectively verified? We must honestly state that much of the information underlying this discussion comes from social media and unofficial channels, which of course cannot be independently verified. Video clips, facial expressions, and gesture dynamics freely analyzed by fans cannot be our sole reference point for truth. Therefore, we invite viewers and readers not to stop at the emotional layer. Don't immediately believe, and don't immediately reject either. Being skeptical doesn't mean being cynical, but rather shows maturity in understanding information complexity. The entertainment world runs on image, perception, and narrative control. So we as viewers must learn to discern which is authentic and which merely appears to be. The final question we leave you with is, do you believe because you see the evidence, or do you see the evidence because you want to believe? Is your belief in the current warmth of the Taekook relationship born from objective observation, or from emotional longing that clouds judgment? We're not here to offer conclusions, but to open a deeper space for reflection. Because in the end, truth is not only what appears on screen, but what we examine with a clear mind and a vigilant heart.